not a drill. Everyone to muster stations.
Our course is 166. Our speed is 19 knots.
Maintaining their reputation as formidable seafaring threats, Somali pirates have always remained an integral part of naval missions.
We are coming aboard! We're here to help you!
We came across this MV Ruen, which was being used as a pirate mothership. There were a crew of 17 personnel on board.
We have seen a dramatic increase in piracy in this area, and it is a matter of real concern.
The government is negotiating for the release of that ship and its crew.
Sieging ships, taking down valuable cargoes, and demanding hefty ransoms.
A British couple is also free this morning after more than a year as captives of pirates in Somalia.
Happy to be alive, happy to be here, and desperate to see our family and friends.
Here are the top 20 times when Somali pirates messed with the wrong navy. In April 2010, Somali pirates seized the German container ship MV Taipan off the coast of Somalia while it was en route from Kenya to the Netherlands. The pirates took control of the vessel, but a Dutch naval ship, HNLMS Trump, quickly responded to the distress call. Dutch Marines boarded the MV Taipan, overpowered the pirates, and freed the crew. The entire 15 crew members were rescued unharmed, and 10 pirates were captured and taken to the Netherlands for trial. Then the Dutch court later sentenced the pirates to prison terms, ranging from 4 to 7 years. MV Ruen. On December 14, 2023, Somali pirates seized the Maltese-flagged vessel MV Ruen with 18 crew members off Somalia's coast. The crew sent a Mayday message and locked themselves in a safe room, but the pirates broke in. The Indian Navy responded, sending an anti-piracy patrol ship and aircraft. One crew member escaped due to medical needs and was rescued by the Indian Navy. Then, on March 17, 2023, Indian Naval Commandos raided the MV Ruen 480 kilometers off Somalia, rescuing the 17 remaining crew members from Myanmar, Bulgaria, and Angola. The operation lasted 40 hours and involved various approaches, including parachuting commandos. Despite initially capturing 6 pirates, the Navy arrested 35, revealing the pirates' plan to use the MV Ruen as a mothership.
We came across this MV Ruen, which was being used as a pirate mothership.
All pirates were deported to Mumbai to face justice. Detained couple. Paul and Rachel Chandler, a British couple, was captured by Somali pirates in October 2009 while sailing their yacht in the Indian Ocean. The pirates seized their vessel and held them captive in Somali for over a year, demanding a ransom for their release. The Chandlers endured harsh conditions and repeated threats during their captivity. After lengthy negotiations and a ransom payment reportedly facilitated by private funds, the couple was finally released in November 2010. Their release brought immense relief to their family and friends, marking the end of a harrowing and traumatic experience. Royal Navy. The Royal Navy successfully captured a Somali pirate boat in the Indian Ocean as part of its mission to combat piracy off the coast of Somalia. The operation involved British naval forces intercepting and boarding the suspected pirate vessel, resulting in the detention of the pirates aboard. The crew of the pirate boat was detained and the vessel was seized. This operation was a great success in the ongoing battle against piracy, demonstrating the effectiveness of naval patrols in maintaining maritime security. Chinese Navy. In 2010, the Chinese Navy was actively involved in combating piracy in the Gulf of Aden, a region troubled by pirate incidents. China had deployed naval forces to the area as part of an international effort to protect shipping lanes and ensure maritime security. The Chinese Navy conducted regular patrols and escort missions for commercial vessels traveling through the Gulf of Aden, providing a deterrent against pirate incidents. One notable operation occurred when the Chinese Navy responded to a distress call from a ship under threat. The naval forces immediately started the rescue operation with complete force and reached the ship. Unfortunately, the hijackers couldn't be captured as they left the ship before their arrival with all the money, but the crew was successfully rescued. U.S. helping Iranians. In January 2012, the U.S. Navy conducted a successful rescue operation for an Iranian fishing vessel, the Al-Malawi, which had been seized by Somali pirates. The guided missile destroyer USS Kidd responded to a distress call from the vessel's captain, who reported being held captive along with his 12-member crew for over 40 days. The pirates were using it as a base for their piracy activities. The U.S. Navy sent a team to board the Al-Malawi, who captured the 15 pirates without any fight and made sure the Iranian crew was safe. The pirates were taken to the USS John C. Stennis for further action. The Iranian crew was thankful for the rescue because they had been living in tough conditions with little food and were constantly threatened by the pirates. MV Kadir. On July 4, 2023, Italian forces intervened to secure the Turkish cargo ship MV Kadir, which had been targeted by armed stowaways off Naples. The vessel was en route to Naples when the stowaways who had hidden aboard took control of the ship. The Italian Coast Guard and other maritime security units responded swiftly to the distress call and carried out a high-risk boarding operation. They successfully subdued the intruders, arresting 4 of them. 2 of the armed individuals managed to escape during the operation. Despite the intensity of the situation, the Italian forces ensured there were no casualties among the ship's crew. The ship was safely escorted to Naples, where the situation was resolved, and the arrested individuals were taken into custody. German warship. On April 7, 2009, Somali pirates tried to assault the German warship FGS Spessart off the coast of Somalia.
All vessels are requested to report suspicious activity or possible piracy.
The pirates, armed with automatic weapons, approached the vessel in a speedboat. The German warship, part of the EU's anti-piracy mission at Talania, defended itself and thwarted the assault. After the confrontation, the FGS Spessart crew, with help from other naval forces, took action and arrested 10 pirates. The pirates were brought aboard the German ship and then handed over to Kenyan authorities for legal action, as Kenya had agreed to handle cases of pirates captured by international forces in the area. Tavalian ship. Somali pirates seized the Tavalian ship OS-35, which had 19 crew members on board while it was navigating the Gulf of Aden. Upon receiving an alert from the UK Maritime Trade Organization, the Chinese naval vessel Ruen was dispatched to the scene to initiate a rescue operation. In the early hours of April 9th, 16 Special Forces soldiers from the Chinese Navy, supported by helicopter cover, boarded the OS-35. They successfully freed all 19 crew members, and under constant aerial surveillance, escorted them to safety. The rescue operation lasted 2 days, during which the OS-35 was safely navigated away from danger. The crew members expressed their profound gratitude to the Chinese Navy, noting that the Ruen was the only one among 5 nearby warships to come to their aid and successfully complete the rescue. Nigerian Navy. In February 2016, Nigeria's Navy recovered the oil tanker MT Maximus, seized in the waters off Kotia de Orva. The tanker carrying petroleum products was seized by heavily armed pirates in the Gulf of Guinea. Following a distress signal from the crew, the Nigerian Navy, in coordination with regional partners, launched a search operation using maritime patrol aircraft and naval ships. After several days, the Navy intercepted the tanker in Nigerian waters. Special forces boarded the vessel, overpowered the pirates, and rescued the crew unharmed. Some pirates were arrested, and a few lost their lives during the operation. The tanker was escorted to a Nigerian port for further investigation and support for the crew. Navy quick response and effective coordination with regional forces not only secured the tanker, but also rescued the crew. Manjasa Reformer. A group of Somali pirates hostile to the Danish-owned Liberian-flagged oil tanker Manjasi Reformer in the Gulf of Guinea. The vessel, en route from Lagos, Nigeria to Douala, Cameroon, was boarded approximately by 10 pirates. They seized control of the tanker and also 11 of the 16 crew members on board, holding them inside and demanding ransom. The remaining 5 crew members were either in a secure part of the ship or managed to evade capture. The French Navy, along with other international naval forces, conducted a coordinated rescue operation. After several days, they successfully intervened, freeing the 11 kidnapped crew members and apprehending the pirates. Fortunately, the rescued crew members were found to be in good health and in better condition than expected. FV Ayman. Recently, an Iranian fishing vessel named FV Ayman was seized by Somali pirates. The vessel had 17 fishermen on board when it was hostile in the Gulf of Aden, a region notorious for piracy. The pirates took control of the FV Ayman, intending to use it as a mothership to launch further assaults on other vessels in the area. Upon receiving a distress call about the hijacking, the Indian Navy's INS Trikad, which was on anti-piracy patrol in the region, promptly responded. They launched a coordinated rescue operation, deploying a helicopter and a Marine commando team to the scene. The commandos successfully boarded the FV Ayman, engaged the pirates, and managed to overpower them all. All 17 fishermen were rescued unharmed, and the pirates were captured. MV Abdullah. On March 15, 2024, the Bangladesh-flagged cargo ship MV Abdullah was hostile to pirates in the Arabian Sea. The pirates boarded the vessel and held the crew. In response to the distress call, the Indian Navy launched a rescue mission. They swiftly deployed naval assets, including warships and special forces, to locate and intercept the pirate vessel. The Indian Navy successfully conducted a boarding operation, releasing the crew and capturing the pirates. The crew of the MV Abdullah was safely rescued and returned to safety. German merchant vessel. In March 2014, Somali pirates took a German merchant vessel in their control. The pirates seized the ship and held the crew captive, demanding a ransom. In response, a Marine Maritime raid force was dispatched to rescue the crew. The raid force conducted a well-coordinated operation, boarding the vessel and engaging the pirates. The crew was successfully rescued, and the pirates were detained. This operation showed the effectiveness of maritime special forces in handling piracy and ensuring the safety of international shipping routes. USS Gonzales. The USS Gonzales, a U.S. Navy destroyer, detected an unidentified vessel off the coast of Somalia that was suspected of being involved in piracy.
That is the big one. That's the big one. That's the big one?
Upon identifying the suspicious ship, the USS Gonzales initiated a boarding operation. The crew conducted a thorough search and discovered that the vessel was carrying a group of pirates armed with weapons and equipment used for hijacking. The pirates, totaling around 9 individuals, were apprehended without incident. Following their arrest, the pirates were taken aboard the USS Gonzales for questioning and processing. The U.S. Navy then coordinated with international partners to transfer the detainees to authorities in Kenya, where they faced legal proceedings. Britney Spears. In an unusual and creative approach, the British Navy used Britney Spears' songs to scare off Somali pirates. It was found to be highly disliked by the pirates, as they don't like Western culture. When they got the blast of music, they moved on as quickly as they could. This method was part of broader anti-piracy efforts in the region, showing the innovative strategies employed by naval forces to protect commercial shipping from pirates. Central Park. In November 2023, Somali pirates targeted the Liberian-flagged tanker Central Park off the coast of Yemen. Initially, the incident was attributed to Iranian-backed Houthi rebels, who denied involvement. However, it was later confirmed that the pirates were responsible for the missile strikes and the seizure of the ship. Remarkably, after firing 2 ballistic missiles, the pirates allowed the vessel to leave with all crew members unharmed. The ship, carrying phosphoric acid and a crew from India, Bulgaria, Turkey, the Philippines, and Vietnam, was eventually found safe. U.S. Central Command took credit for the resolution, stating that their forces, including the USS Mason, responded to the distress call, demanded the ship's release, and pursued the pirates, leading to their surrender. French Navy. In 2009, the French Navy captured 3 Somali pirates off the coast of Somalia, near the Horn of Africa. The pirates had been engaged in acts of maritime piracy in the region, a hot spot for such activities. The French naval forces, part of an international effort to combat piracy, intercepted the pirates during a patrol mission. The operation was part of broader anti-piracy operations aimed at safeguarding international shipping routes and protecting commercial vessels from pirates. The captured pirates were taken into custody and brought to trial, underscoring the ongoing commitment of naval forces to address piracy and enhance maritime security in the region. MV Moscow. On May 5, 2010, a group of Somali pirates hostile to the MV Moscow University, a Russian tanker with a Liberian flag, about 500 nautical miles off the coast of Somalia. The pirates took over the ship, but the crew managed to hide and lock themselves in the radar room. When the distress signal was sent, the Russian Navy destroyer Marshal Shapsnikov was sent to help. By May 6, the destroyer arrived and a rescue operation began. A helicopter with naval commandos landed on the ship, where they successfully rescued the crew and detained 10 pirates. It was a daring act by pirates on such a big, giant ship, but eventually they learned their lesson. The Greek vessel. In 2009, a Chinese Navy ship successfully saved a Greek ship from pirates in the Gulf of Aden. The Greek vessel had come under assault from Somali pirates who attempted to hijack it. Responding to a distress call, the Chinese naval ship quickly arrived at the scene. The swift intervention and deployment of armed personnel managed to repel the pirates, ensuring the safety of the Greek ship and its crew. After that, they performed several other operations to keep the pirates away from such activities. SS Irene. The hijacking of the SS Irene in 1927 stands out as a remarkable episode in naval history. The pirates seized the SS Irene, a merchant ship owned by the China Merchant Steam Navigation Company off China's coast. The British Royal Navy responded by sending submarines, HMS L4 and HMS L5 from Hong Kong. When L4 found the Irene, it saw that pirates were on board with automatic pistols. Lieutenant Hallowen chose to use the submarine's deck cannon instead of torpedoes. The submarines then sent rescue boats and fought the pirates. Most of the 258 passengers were saved, but 14 were lost. The Irene sank the next day due to the water damage. The British Navy's actions led to the capture and execution of 17 pirates. MV Front. On April 18, 2009, Somali pirates tried to hijack the Norwegian tanker MV Front Arden in the Gulf of Aden. They used a small speedboat to approach the tanker, but the crew quickly called for help. The nearby British ship RFA Wave Knight responded right away and started chasing the pirates. After several hours, the Canadian Navy's HMCS Winnipeg and the US Navy's USS Halberton joined the chase. As the pirates tried to escape to the Somali port of Basso, they were forced to surrender. After a 7-hour pursuit, the Canadian military boarded the pirates' boat and found weapons. However, the Canadians could not arrest the pirates because they didn't have the legal authority to do so, so the pirates were released. Malaysian military. On December 17, 2008, a Chinese fishing boat owned by China Communications Construction was seized by 9 heavily armed Somali pirates while it was returning to Shanghai. The pirates were equipped with heavy weapons. When the crew of the boat noticed the pirates approaching, they immediately issued a distress call. In the meantime, a Malaysian warship, the Sinakaria, and a Malaysian military helicopter were dispatched to assist. While the pirates boarded the boat, the crew, trained for such situations, fought back with makeshift tools. The intense battle continued until the Malaysian military arrived and began firing at the pirates. Faced with the overwhelming response, the pirates abandoned their plan and attempted to flee. Despite the severe situation and the heavy weaponry used by the pirates, the crew of the fishing boat remained unharmed. U.S. mercenaries. In 2012, Somali pirates and 2 speedboats tried to hijack a large carrier ship in the Gulf of Aden, known for pirate activity. The ship was protected by U.S. mercenaries hired to prevent such hijackings. When the pirates approached, they fired warning shots and realized the pirates were desperate. One of the pirates' speedboats crashed into the ship and stopped working. So the mercenaries took action and dealt with the pirates on that boat. The speedboat drifted away, and when a second speedboat came closer, the pirates saw what happened to their comrades and decided to retreat. These guys need to research properly before attempting any hijack. 19 Pakistani rescued.
The Indian Naval Forces came to the rescue of 19 Pakistani sailors from Somali pirates who hijacked their fishing vessel.
Now, this was an unexpected moment when recently the Indian Navy successfully rescued 19 Pakistani nationals from a seized ship that had been seized by Somali pirates. The operation took place in the Arabian Sea, where the pirates had captured the vessel and held the crew captive. Upon receiving a distress signal, the Indian Navy swiftly deployed a warship to the location. The highly trained naval commandos boarded the seized ship, engaging in a fierce confrontation with the pirates. During the rescue, several pirates were arrested, while others managed to escape in small boats. The Indian Navy ensured the safety of all 19 Pakistani crew members, providing them with medical care and necessary provisions. The operation was widely praised for its efficiency and the cooperation between the Indian Navy and Pakistani authorities in securing the release of the captured people. MV Samho jewelry. In January 2011, South Korean commandos conducted a daring raid on the seized cargo ship MV Samho jewelry in the Arabian Sea. The operation successfully freed 21 crew members. During the assault, the commandos assassinated 8 pirates and captured 5 others. The swift and decisive action not only ensured the safety of the crew, but also showcased South Korea's commitment to combating piracy on the high seas. It was widely celebrated as a significant victory in the fight against piracy in the region. Dae Hong Dan. Now, I am going to tell you something which will be hard to believe. In October 2007, Somali pirates seized the North Korean cargo ship Dae Hong Dan off the coast of Somalia, taking control of the ship and its 21 crew members. North Korea worked closely with international forces to resolve the situation. The U.S. Navy destroyer USS James E. Williams, which was nearby, quickly responded, while North Korean crew members on the ship fought back against the pirates. Their combined efforts led to several pirates being assassinated or captured. The North Korean crew was injured but safe, and the USS James E. Williams provided them with medical help. The pirates were handed over to authorities for trial. After the rescue, the Dae Hong Dan continued its journey, showcasing a rare moment of cooperation between North Korea and U.S. forces. Protection equipments. When a large warship with helicopters and special forces isn't available, barbed wire can still be very effective against pirates. Barbed wire helps protect ships and helps the crew fight back during pirate attempts. The wire is usually placed around the edge of the ship's deck in a coiled pattern. This setup makes it harder for pirates to board the ship. When pirates come into contact with the barbed wire, its sharp edges stop them from getting on board. This gives the crew valuable time for help to arrive from a rescue ship or naval forces. Spanish Patino. On March 23, 2012, the Spanish Navy replenishment ship Patino was involved in a tense pirate encounter in the Gulf of Aden. While conducting its routine operations, the ship was approached by a group of armed Somali pirates in a skiff. As the pirates attempted to board, the crew of the Patino quickly took action. They deployed barbed wire around the ship's deck and used water cannons to create a barrier, making it difficult for the pirates to get close. Despite the pirates' aggressive efforts, the ship's defensive measures proved effective. The Spanish Navy's tactical team was also on standby, ready to engage if the situation escalated. The pirates eventually abandoned their attempt and fled the scene. The Patino continued its mission without further incident. Oil tanker. A group of pirates seized a Malaysian oil tanker that was en route to Kuantan. The tanker was transporting 7.5 million liters of gasoline. valued at 21 million ringgit, approximately 5.7 million US dollars. The ship, carrying a crew of 16 Malaysians, 5 Indonesians, and 1 Myanmar national, lost communications shortly after the hijacking occurred. The Malaysian authorities, alongside international maritime forces, quickly initiated a response to address the situation. Despite the high-value cargo and the gravity of the situation, all 22 crew members were reported to be safe. The Sirius Star. On November 15, 2008, Somali pirates seized the MV Sirius Star, a large oil tanker in the Gulf of Aden. The Sirius Star, owned by Saudi Arabia, was carrying a significant cargo of crude oil valued at around $100 million. The pirates, armed with automatic weapons and using small boats, managed to board the tanker and take control after a brief confrontation. The crew, consisting of 25 members from various nationalities, was captured but unharmed. The pirates demanded a ransom of $25 million for the release of the vessel and its crew. After several months of negotiations, a deal was struck, and the ransom was paid, although the exact amount was not publicly confirmed. Then, pirates released the crew and the tanker. MV Lila Norfolk.
The Indian Navy has rescued the crew of a Liberian flag merchant vessel. All 21 crew members, including Indians aboard the cargo ship, have been rescued.
On January 5, 2024, the cargo ship MV Lila Norfolk, under the Liberian flag, was seized by Somali pirates in the Arabian Sea near Somalia's coast. The ship sent a distress message through the UK Maritime Trade Operations portal, reporting that 5 to 6 armed pirates had boarded. The Indian Navy quickly responded, deploying the INS Chennai. An Indian Navy aircraft overflew the ship, verified the safety of the 15 crew members secured in the safety compartment, and confirmed the pirates hadn't breached it. The Navy deployed a warship, maritime patrol aircraft, helicopters, P-81 aircraft, and Predator drones. Elite Marcos commandos boarded and sanitized the vessel, confirming it was free of intruders. The pirates had fled, leaving the crew unharmed. This coordinated rescue showcased the Indian Navy's effectiveness in handling maritime security threats. MV Ruen. During Operation Island Watch, the Indian Navy confronted Somali pirates using the mothership Prantel 14 in the Indian Ocean. On January 28th, an Indian Coast Guard aircraft spotted Prantel 14 and 2 smaller boats chasing the Bahamian container ship MV Ruen. When the pirates saw the aircraft, they stopped chasing the ship. The Indian Navy sent 3 ships, including INS Concarso, to find Prantel 14, which they located about 100 nautical miles north of Minicoy Island. After attempts to negotiate failed, there was a 12-hour standoff. During the confrontation, Prantel 14 sank, and the ships INS Kalpani and CGS Sandkalp helped rescue those involved. In August 2017, a court in Mumbai sentenced the 15 captured pirates to 6 months in prison, plus the time they had already spent in custody. This decision led to discussions about whether the penalties were too lenient. MV Iceberg 1. On March 29, 2010, Somali pirates seized the MV Iceberg 1, a slow-moving cargo ship owned by Agrico B of the UAE off the coast of Aden. The pirates, using a skiff, surrounded and boarded the vessel, demanding a $10 million ransom. The owner disowned the ship and crew, leaving them in captivity. Conditions for the 22 crew members deteriorated over nearly 3 years, with poor food and sanitation. By December 17, 2012, the crew was critically weakened, and the ship had run aground. On December 22, 2012, the Puntland Maritime Police Force rescued the crew, making the Iceberg 1 the longest-held ship in history.
And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day.
Not every group of Somali pirates can hijack every ship. Sometimes they can even get into trouble with the wrong opponent. This group of Somali pirates spotted a large ship and assumed it was an easy target. A cargo ship perfect for hijacking and ransom. They were completely unaware that they had chosen the the wrong ship. It was a Navy ship, and when they came to hijack it, the force's response was so overwhelming that one group of pirates was captured on the spot, while the other group turned tail and fled. If they thought hijacking any ship was a piece of cake, they quickly learned how wrong they were.